The latest doubleheader day in the IPL 2025 featured two very thrilling matches for two very different reasons. The first match of the day saw the Delhi Capitals take on the Gujarat Titans, and the second match of the day was a rather thrill-a-minute affair between the Rajasthan Royals and the Lucknow Super Giants. In this video, we'll talk about the major talking points from both of these particular matches. And let's start off with the major talking points from the second match of the day, which saw Rajasthan take on Lucknow, because truth be told, it featured a very noteworthy debut by a 14-year-old. Yes, of course, I am talking about the debut of Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Now, what exactly is it that you were doing when you were 14 years old? I mean, you were probably studying for your school exams, you were trying to figure out where exactly your academic and overall career future would be lying. Well, 14-year-old Vaibhav Suryavanshi ended up scripting history when he was just picked in the IPL auction of 2025, but he got a chance to make his debut as a replacement for injured skipper Sanju Samson, and boy oh boy did he make the absolute most of that debut. His first ball he ended up whacking for a six, and he played a nice little cameo showcasing a very impressive range of shots for someone who is still that young. And truth be told, he even had a lot of power on display, often taking the LSG bowlers to task. It was a very good debut, and it should actually set the ground for what is potentially a very legendary career, at least in the IPL, if not potentially internationally as well. Yes, it is a little too early to say that. There's definitely, that caveat to be applied as well. But Suryavanshi showed that he had the mentality and the skill to be playing with the big boys, and he showed no fear. I mean, how many debutants at 14 do you know will be hitting a six first ball? However, his heroics weren't enough to prevent Rajasthan from losing the game, which takes you to talking point number two, Avesh Khan's heroics finally giving LSG the much-needed win and a little bit of a consistent run. Now, Lucknow have been one of those teams plagued by inconsistencies this year, and truth be told, many people thought they perhaps didn't have much of a chance of winning this game, given that their best batter in Nicholas Pooran and even Mitchell Marsh didn't really end up coming to the party, but they did end up pulling things back thanks to that final over from Avesh Khan. They were defending just 9 runs, remember, 9 runs, and Avesh made it seem like an absolute breeze. He may have picked up a little injury in the end as well, because the last ball, Rajasthan needed 4 runs, and Avesh stopped what was a certain boundary when the ball was hit straight back to him. Unfortunately, it hit his right hand, and whilst it prevented the boundary, may have given him a little bit of an injury, and that would be really bad considering he started off this season injured and having to work his way back to fitness. But what a way to win a game, and it does show you the fine margins that define a T20 game. And talking point number 3, and this one is really important from the perspective of the Gujarat Titans, the impact of Jos Buttler. Now, obviously, everyone knew that when Buttler was signed by the Gujarat Titans that they would be getting a quality addition behind the stumps and at the top of the order with the bat. But perhaps no one could have predicted the kind of instant impact he'd make in the way that he has, because whilst the likes of Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill have shown time and time again, perhaps the most consistent batter this year for Gujarat has been Buttler, and once again he's shown through just like that. What was a tricky chase of just over 200 runs, he ended up making it look very easy because he batted through the innings. He never let the scoring rate, the asking rate, actually overwhelm Gujarat, and therefore when they finally did end up winning it, all he needed were the other batsmen to play cameos around him, and it ended up working out just fine for Gujarat. For Delhi, though, a bit of an unfortunate loss. Of course, they batted well, but their bowling did leave a little bit to be desired. But let's take nothing away from the kind of innings that Buttler played. And these are the major talking points from the doubleheader day. Don't forget to join us as we analyze and take you through all the major talking points from a second doubleheader day on Sunday, which is April 20th. And if you like this video, don't forget to stay tuned to Republic World and Republic Sport Fit for more such interesting content from the world of sport.